Hey everyone, welcome back to Daily Duo English. I'm Emily.
And I'm Ben.
Let me ask you, have you ever been at a restaurant and the waiter asked, "Any allergies?" Or, "Do you eat meat?" Did you know exactly how to answer? Or did you hesitate for a moment?
Yeah, food preferences can be tricky in English. You don't want to sound rude, but you also need to be clear.
Exactly, and that's our topic today, how to talk about your food preferences.
Today we'll show you how to say things like, I'm allergic to peanuts, I'm a vegetarian, or I don't like spicy food, so you can sound natural and confident. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was traveling in Thailand. The food was amazing, but very spicy. One night, I forgot to tell the waiter that I don't like spicy food. Guess what happened?
Oh no, that must have ruined your dinner.
Yeah, they brought me a super spicy curry and I couldn't eat more than 2 bites.
That's exactly why today we're practicing useful phrases. If you know how to say your preferences in English, you can avoid uncomfortable situations like that.
So let's practice some real-life situations together.
Let's begin with allergies. This is one of the most important things to talk about because it's not only about preference, it's about your health. All right, so what can we actually say in English if we have an allergy?
You can say, I'm allergic to peanuts. This means peanuts are dangerous for you.
Or, I'm allergic to shellfish. That shows seafood like shrimp or crab will make you unwell.
Another phrase is, I have a dairy allergy. This tells people milk, cheese, or yogurt are not safe for you.
You might also say, I can't eat gluten. That means you need gluten-free food, like rice or corn instead of bread.
Some people say, I'm lactose intolerant. That means your body can't handle milk or dairy products.
And a very useful question is, could you tell me if this contains nuts? This is polite and helps you check before eating.
Another natural one is, I get sick if I eat seafood. That makes it clear without sounding too medical.
And to be extra safe, you can always say, please make sure there are no peanuts in my food. Okay, let's practice together.
Imagine you're allergic to eggs. What would you say?
You could say, I'm allergic to eggs. Please don't use any eggs in my meal. So, we've talked about allergies, which are about health and safety, but sometimes people avoid certain foods not because of allergies, but because of their diet choices. This could be a personal choice, a lifestyle, or even a doctor's recommendation. Let's look at those now.
The simplest phrase is, I'm a vegetarian. That means you don't eat meat.
And if you go one step further, you can say, I'm vegan. This means you don't eat any animal products at all, not meat, not eggs, not dairy.
Some people are in between. For example, if you eat fish but no other meat, you can say, I'm pescatarian. And sometimes it's about how the food is grown. For example, I only eat organic food. That means you want food produced without chemicals.
For some people, it's not about meat or products, but about nutrients. Another phrase is, I follow a low-carb diet. That means you limit bread, pasta, and rice.
Some people say, I only eat plant-based food. That makes it clear you only eat food made from plants, not meat, eggs, or dairy.
All right, let's try a quick practice.
Imagine you don't eat fish. How would you say it?
You could say, I don't eat fish. Do you have something else? All right, now let's move on to taste. These aren't allergies, just personal likes and dislikes.
You can say, I don't like spicy food. That's very common.
Or, I don't like sweet desserts. That tells people too much sugar isn't for you.
Another phrase is, I prefer mild food. This is a polite way to say you don't like food that's too spicy or heavily seasoned.
If you want something specific, you can say, could you make it less spicy? That's a polite request to the chef.
You might also say, this is too salty for me. That shows the taste is stronger than you like.
Or, I like food that isn't too oily. That means you prefer lighter meals.
Another phrase is, I prefer savory food. That means you like salty or meaty flavors more than sweet ones.
Or simply, I like my food plain. That shows you prefer simple meals without many spices, sauces, or strong flavors.
And one more. This tastes too bitter for me. That explains when you don't enjoy strong, bitter flavors.
Okay, let's practice with an example.
Imagine you don't like salty food. What would you say?
You could say, I don't like salty food. Could you make it less salty, please? Great. So we've talked about taste, but food isn't only about taste. It's also about health. Sometimes we make food choices to be healthier or to change our lifestyle.
A common one is, I'm on a diet. That shows you're following a food plan.
Or, I'm trying to eat healthy. This is a general positive statement.
You can also say, I avoid fried food. That means you don't eat deep-fried meals.
Another phrase is, I'm cutting down on sugar. That means you eat less sugar than before.
And some people say, I try not to eat fast food. That shows you avoid burgers, fries, or pizza from fast food places.
Others prefer fresh meals. For example, I try to avoid processed food. That means you prefer natural, fresh food instead of packaged products.
On the other hand, some people focus on what they want to eat more of. For example, I'm trying to eat more vegetables. That's a positive way to show what you want to add to your diet.
And if you don't want to cut something out completely, you can say, I limit how much red meat I eat. That means you eat it sometimes, but not often. All right, let's practice with a real example.
Imagine you're drinking less coffee these days. What would you say?
You could say, I'm cutting down on coffee these days.
Perfect. So these are some easy ways to talk about healthy food choices.
So far, we've covered taste, health, and lifestyle choices. Another big reason people choose certain foods is culture or religion. Let's explore those.
For example, in Islam, people might say, I eat halal food only. That shows you follow halal rules.
In Judaism, you can hear, I keep kosher. This means you follow Jewish food laws.
And of course, one of the most common things people say is, I don't drink alcohol.
A polite phrase is, sorry, I don't eat that for religious reasons. That way, you don't need to explain details.
Another phrase is, I can't eat pork for religious reasons. That's very clear.
Some people also say, I fast during Ramadan. That explains you don't eat or drink during certain times. Let's do one last practice.
Imagine someone offers you wine, but you don't drink. What would you say?
You could say, no thank you, I don't drink alcohol.
And that's a polite way to handle the situation without going into details.
Okay, let's go over the useful phrases again.
Say them out loud with us. Repetition is the best way to remember and build confidence.
First, let's repeat the phrases we learned for talking about allergies, because these can really keep you safe when you eat out.
I'm allergic to peanuts.
I can't eat gluten.
Could you tell me if this contains nuts? Now let's go over the phrases about diet choices. These help you explain your lifestyle clearly.
I'm a vegetarian.
I'm vegan.
I don't eat red meat.
Do you have any vegetarian options?
Next, let's practice the phrases about taste, because everyone has foods they like and foods they don't.
I don't like spicy food.
Could you make it less spicy?
I prefer savory food.
I like my food plain.
Now, let's look at health and lifestyle choices. These show the small steps people take to eat better.
I'm on a diet.
I'm cutting down on sugar.
I try not to eat fast food.
I try to avoid processed food.
And finally, let's review the phrases for religious or cultural preferences, because food is also about tradition and belief.
I eat halal food only.
I keep kosher.
I don't drink alcohol.
Sorry, I don't eat that for religious reasons. Great job! You just practiced the most useful phrases for talking about food preferences, from allergies to culture.
Remember, the more you say them out loud, the more natural they will feel when you need them.
And don't worry about being perfect. Just keep practicing. Every time you use these phrases, you'll feel more comfortable.
Exactly. Confidence comes with practice. Even small steps, like ordering food or refusing politely, make your English stronger.
So here's our question for you. What's one food you like, dislike, or avoid? Can you write a sentence in English in the comments?
For example, you could write, I don't eat seafood, or I prefer spicy food. We'd love to read your answers.
And don't forget, if you found today's episode helpful, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell so you never miss a lesson.
We're your daily duo.
And your English-speaking buddies.
See you next time.